Are you one paycheck from going broke? Well, I can tell you that this may be the case for millions of middle-class Americans today. And we're going to tell you why in today's financial freedom video, so stay locked in. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, certified financial planner and president and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea Graves, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. And we want to thank you for tuning in to our Retirement Education Concepts videos. These videos were created to help to make the difficult and confusing retirement process simple.
Yeah, because with so many retirement concepts out there and so many retirement strategies, and of course with so many retirement products, it can become very difficult for consumers to digest it all. That's why we are so fortunate that we work with a team of expert advisors to help us build a financial roadmap that's going to let our clients know when, where, and how they can reach their retirement goals.
For additional concepts on how to maximize your retirement, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. Carson, it's getting obvious that it's getting pretty hard for people to live a good quality of life here in America now, especially people of the middle class. Why is that the case?
Well, for me, Andrea, it's really easy to explain. It's due to inflation. When you have living expenses going up, when you have medical expenses going up, you have real estate prices increasing exorbitantly, and when you have the wages not keeping up with inflation, and on top of that, when you have the relaxed credit regulations, it's really setting the trap for the middle class and rich people to really go broke. So I thought I would break this down so people can really see what's going on out there and help people to understand how they need to start changing their mindset when it comes to living in America. But before we do that, there are 2 rules to retirement income that we like to give you. And Andrew, what are those 2 rules?
Well, rule number 1 is to never run out of money. And rule number 2 is to never forget rule number 1.
So let's go ahead and jump into our lesson today to see if we can help outline why the middle class continue to go broke in America.
So Carson, what is the primary catalyst of why people are going broke, especially in middle class?
Well, as I mentioned before, the primary catalyst, Andrew, is income is just simply not keeping up with the cost of goods sold. Now, you know, in our classes that we teach, we always talk about the cost of living adjustment between 1975 and 2023. When it comes to a new house, a new car, or even college, those things have actually gone up by over 1,000% over that period of time, whereas income has only gone up by 400%. So needless to say, if your income can simply not purchase the basic things that we need to actually have a comfortable lifestyle, it's going to lead to a major problem. So I think it's important that we just break these numbers down to understand, for the middle class sake, of what's keeping them broke. So I think it's important that we go to the screen and highlight what's really going on in America, okay? So if you take a look at the screen that we have up for you, it needs to be known that according to studies, that the average income for most Americans is about $70,000 a year. That's going to be around $5,800 a month that most Americans are bringing in. On top of that, the average Americans are spending on the cost of goods and services about $68,400 per year, according to most studies. That's about $5,700 a month. So we're talking about literally $100 that you have remaining in your pocket, and we're not even having fun yet. We're not talking about you wanting to take those nice vacations. We're not talking about those unexpected repairs that may come out of nowhere. And here's the problem. Studies also show that half of Americans do not have any sort of emergency fund. And the other half that do, 40% of them have less than $10,000 saved up. So when you're talking about these unexpected expenses or wanting to do the things that you like to do to have fun, where are you going to get the money from? Typically, you're going to put that on some high interest credit card, where you're going to end up paying 18 to 20+% of interest on a debt that you may not ever get a chance to pay off because you just don't have the cash flow to do so. So if you are a middle-class American, not only are you going to go broke while you're working, you're going to also be broke in retirement years as well. Why do I say that? Because the average 401k balance is approximately $114,000. And if you're going to be receiving Social Security benefits, the average Social Security income on an annual basis is about $21,000 a year. Most retirees spend on average about $50,000 a year. So don't have to be a math whiz to understand this. There's a $29,000 gap that must be filled. So where are you going to pull that money from in order to maintain your lifestyle? Well, it's going to come from the savings that you've built up into that 401k. But how long will $114,000 last you when you're needing to fill a gap of $29,000? About 4 years. So of course, now you're going to be compromised while you're in retirement, and therefore you're not going to be able to have the options and choices that would allow you to live a more fulfilling retirement. You're going to end up broke.
So Carson, how can you help the middle class avoid this fate?
I wish I had a magic wand, right, to do this. But unfortunately, I do not have a magic wand. I can only let them understand what's causing them to have this issue of going broke in the middle class. The main thing that I would tell anyone is that you have to make sure that you get rid of your ego. Your ego has to give way to your reality. I'll say that again. Your ego must give way to your reality. You have to know the type of situation that you're in. If you have a mortgage and you're paying $3,000 a month on that mortgage, perhaps you need to look into a mortgage of $2,000 a month or maybe $1,500 a month. If you're a car note because you're trying to live it big as $900 or $1,000 a month, perhaps you need to think about getting a used car where you're paying $400 or $500 a month. And another thing that the middle class must get an understanding of is their debt to income ratios. I talk about this often on this channel because I think it's important. I want to make it very simple here so you can understand how you can get your debt to income ratio. Let's just say your mortgage is $1,500 a month and you have other debts that are about $500 a month. So your monthly debts are $2,000 per month. Well, if you have an income of $6,000 a month, all you need to do is just take that debt and divide it into your income. That is going to tell you what your debt to income ratio is. Now, in this particular situation, that'll be 33%. So if you're doing your own calculation and that debt to income ratio is 40% or 50% or higher, get a grip of yourself. Understand that you have to go to the drawing board and understand what is causing your debt to income ratio to be out of whack, because that could be the very thing that's causing you to become broke as a middle class American or even as a rich American. So the overall moral of this particular video is that if you are a middle class American and you're trying to avoid going broke, or if you're already broke, make sure that you understand how to get your income to understand your expenses better so you can have a more comfortable lifestyle.
Well, Carson, this was extremely helpful. So thank you for your insight on this topic, and thank you for watching. And if you felt this information was beneficial, please like this video and share with others.
Please understand that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always seek out your own financial advisor, your own tax advisor, and your own attorney regarding your personal situation. Also, if you are looking for a fiduciary financial advisor to help you with these types of complex financial matters, we highly recommend that you utilize the links that we have in our description below and go ahead and schedule a 1-hour free consultation with us today.
After this video, please check out our other videos that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
we have answers.